What's going on, you guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Utah team that is coming to the NHL. I haven't really done any content and any videos surrounding this Utah announcement and Utah team. This is kind of my first time even really talking about it on the channel, so I'm sure a lot of people don't even know kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. They kind of did a poll that we're going to go through, and you can actually vote for which team name you like for the new Utah team. They don't currently have one. It's also been announced that next season they're going to be wearing a jersey that just says Utah in text, like no logo whatsoever. A little bit of a downer. Quickly give my thoughts on the whole thing because I've never talked about this on the channel. I'm super bummed out. I love Arizona Coyotes branding, so it's super sad to see the Coyotes go. Obviously one day they most likely will come back, but it is super sad, especially for next season. I love the idea that we get a new team, we get a new logo, new jerseys, new everything. I like that. That's fun. That's kind of right up my wheelhouse. I love that kind of stuff. So I am excited to see what kind of branding they do and what their jerseys look like and all that fun stuff. Also, just new in the NHL I think isn't bad. Before we get into it, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, it would mean a lot if you guys subscribed, like the video if you enjoyed. Let's hop in. So my goal is to have it up on the screen here. We're going to go through all of the team names. I'm going to give you guys a thumbs up if I like it, thumbs down if I dislike it, and we're kind of just going to go through the list here. You guys probably already know what most of these are going to be, simply because I think a lot of people have known about this for a long time. I'm definitely not like, this is not new. These names and a lot of these names have been out before, but this is my first time talking about it, so I thought I wanted to make a video about this. Once I pick out my favorite, if you guys would like, I'm thinking of doing an AI creating an NHL team's jersey, and we can have AI create these Utah jerseys and see what they can come up with. I think we could get some really ridiculous combinations, so let me know in the comments if that's a video you guys would like to see. With that said, let's start off with the first name here. We got the Utah Power. Now, I don't like this. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's going to be a lot of team names here that I just am not a fan of. I do not like the Power. It doesn't sound good on its own, just like you're a fan of the Power. I just don't think it sounds good. We got the Utah Fury. I'm not a big fan of that either, to be honest. I don't think that sounds good whatsoever. Just the name itself, Fury, again, just doesn't sound great. Utah Glaciers, I don't hate it as much as I dislike the two above, but I don't like it. It's too similar to like the Avalanche. Obviously it's different, but it's still kind of similar, so I'm definitely not a fan of that. We're going to knock this one right out, the Utah Hockey Club. What even is that? There's no way that's going to be a team name. Utah Ice, I'm not a fan of. I think Utah Ice alone sounds really good, but I think for a hockey team brand, it's not it. Now, Utah Yetis, I'm a huge fan of. I think this could be super fun branding. It's intriguing that it's just a Utah Yeti and not Utah Yetis, but I'm a huge fan of the Utah Yeti name. I think that is super fun. It fits right in with the NHL, with the Seattle Kraken that just came in. I think the Utah Yetis would be so sick, and I think the branding could be fire. Next up, we got the Utah Canyons. I'm not a fan of this, okay? First of all, my dumb brain thought it said crayons. Don't know why. But Canyons, come on. I don't like that team name. The Utah Outlaws, I actually kind of dig. I think Outlaws are pretty cool. I think you could have a cool logo with that, cool branding. I'm thinking like red and black. I think it could look pretty sick. I don't know if Outlaws fits Utah very well, but I think all in all, the branding could be pretty cool behind that. Utah Mountaineers, I'm not really a fan of that. To me, Mountaineers is just way too long to be a team name. I know we got Golden Knights and whatever, but it also just, maybe it does fit, but it just seems like a Canadian team name. Utah Frost, again, like with Utah Ice, I'm not particularly a big fan of this idea. I don't really think that sounds good. Utah Hive and Utah Swarm, I'm going to put them in together. I like both of these. I like Swarm more than Hive, but I kind of like the idea. I'm actually going to uncheck Hive. I like Swarm more than Hive, and I'm only going to pick one here. But I do think the Utah Swarm is pretty sweet. I think you could have a pretty sick kind of logo with that too. I kind of don't really know what general direction they would go with that. Maybe like a blue and yellow or something, but you could definitely have a really cool team name with that and a cool like branding. Utah Squall? What's a squall? A silent, violent gust of wind or a localized storm. So essentially the Hurricanes. What is that? No, that is a horrendous name. It looks dumb. It sounds dumb. Nobody knows what it means. That's terrible. Utah Freeze, again, I'm not a fan of this. I like team names being named after stuff, not after like, it's hard to explain. I just don't like that. I don't like Utah Freeze. I don't think that sounds good. Utah Caribou, I'm also not a fan of. I do think Caribou could work as an NHL team name. However, I don't think it would work for Utah. I could see it for like if Saskatchewan in Canada here had a team or something in Saskatchewan, or another Canadian team could have Caribou. I think that's fitting. Utah Venom. Now, I saw this at first and I was like, that makes no sense, but I kind of dig it. I'm not going to check it here because I don't think it's plausible and I'm not a big fan of it, but it's not too bad. Black Diamonds. Utah Black Diamonds. I don't know what that's for. I don't know what significance that has to Utah at all. Not a fan of that. Now, the Utah Mammoth, I kind of vibe with this a lot. I seen this and I was thinking there's absolutely no way the NHL would allow a team to be called the Mammoths. But then again, we got the Kraken. So like anything's possible. I think it's kind of fire. I'm kind of behind it. I'm on Team Mammoth. Utah Blizzard, I also really like. I know we have the Avalanche, and I know I said I didn't like some of the other ones like the Freeze and Frost and whatever, but I think Utah Blizzard just sounds really, really good as a team name. And then the Utah Blast. Definitely not digging that. So there you guys have it. Those are my favorite names for the new Utah team. Let's go through it again. We got the Utah Yetis, Utah Outlaws, Utah Swarm, Mammoth, and Blizzard. I think those are the best team names in my opinion. When you think of it as a whole brand, you think of jerseys, and you think of just what you're going to call your team. I think those, in my opinion, are the best. But let me know down in the comments your guys' thoughts. Is there a specific team name you really want them to go with? I'm very intrigued to see what they end up doing. I'm actually very excited. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, I mean, love if you guys subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.